What is up, investors? Jason here. In this video, we're going to be talking about the entire crypto market. We just recently, a few days ago, talked about how the crypto market went on a bit of a crash. Had a really nice correction, in my honest opinion. Things aren't really looking that bad. Corrections are a very necessary thing to happen, and when they do happen, I honestly welcome it. As far as the crypto market goes, for most of these cryptocurrencies, we really just saw many of them just fall to the previous support lines. Not a big deal, and they're showing a bit of stability at those supports, or even trending up from those supports and going to their previous resistance. In the case of Bitcoin, which was the major one that caused this whole situation, as far as El Salvador officially accepting Bitcoin as an actual currency in their country. Once everything was kind of just priced into that whole thing, that's when we saw a little bit of the selling off. But Bitcoin, in my honest opinion, looking really nice. It went to a resistance point of about $53,000, didn't find any support at $50,000, and then crashed through to the previous support line that it had at $46,000. It fell through that, but it had a lot of support at $46,000, and that's where we're currently at this moment with Bitcoin. But we also saw, a good correction with Ethereum and Cardano as well. A lot of people are wondering about what's going on with Cardano. A lot of great things, of course, still to happen with Cardano. We're going to see how much of everything, as far as the Alonzo update being into the price already. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Now, also make sure I do talk about Dogecoin a little bit in this video. For those of you guys that are not familiar, I actually bought Dogecoin a long time ago, back in 2018, and the first time I bought it was for only $1, and it bought me 390 Dogecoin at that time. And if you don't believe me, actually, here's my Robinhood account. And you can actually see right there that it was something that really happened. And no, I did not hold on to that, and I didn't buy a whole lot more beforehand back in 2018 when that happened. I just never really took it serious until it started going up, like 10 times the amount that it was here on my phone. But anyways, we're going to talk about Dogecoin, and we'll get into things that are going on with the entire blockchain miners and stuff like that. So as we get to all this, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash the story annihilate, or just gently press that like button. It helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm and helps spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting. And if you guys are interested in being a Patreon, help support this channel even more, and joining the private Discord, I do have one. Link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to it. So looking at Bitcoin from this last month, and just looking at how it was just briefly over that $50,000 mark, it didn't really find any support really above that anyways. It hit a resistance point of about $53,000, and it came falling down through that support line into the previous support line that it was at for a while there, actually. But if we really look at it, it's doing really well, sticking at this support line of the $46,000. Now, in the case of Ethereum, this one was a pretty nice little correction, because Ethereum had a hard time really breaking above that $3,400 mark. And then when it did, it had broken through the $3,800 mark, and then it had a lot of resistance at $4,000. But it didn't really have any sort of stability above $4,000, so it crashed through that support line of the $3,800. And then it found support at the previous resistance that it had just a matter of a couple weeks ago, where it was having a hard time breaking through that $3,400 mark. So it found support at $3,400. So really, it just needs to go back on track, break through the resistance of $3,800, which we know from off of last time, it went through that pretty quickly on its way to the $4,000 mark. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Ethereum get there here pretty soon. Ethereum had just had a very simple correction, and I think a lot of that just had to do, there was just a little bit too much momentum at one time, and it was just really due for one as well. But of course, what Bitcoin does, everybody else for the most part follows as well. Now, looking at Dogecoin, Dogecoin currently has support at around 24 cents. It's currently trading for around 25 cents at this moment, and needs to break through a resistance of 27 cents to get back on track. To get it to a price of around 31 cents is the area that it has a lot of resistance at this moment. And if it can break through 31 cents, then it could be on track to get to 36 cents, or 37 cents, I should say, which is an area that it has a lot of resistance around 36, 37 cents. But if it can surpass that and continue trading, that's when we can see Dogecoin going to a price of around 45 cents. But it's going to be a bit of a struggle doing that, because that's an area where Dogecoin kind of broke through really fast in the past when it went to its highs. It was only able to surpass 45 cents for a small period of time, and that was all leading up to that whole SNL episode. And then, as you guys know, it quickly did crash after that, and that's kind of been where we're at. And it struggled so much to try to get back to that 45 cent area, and that's just what eventually sent it on its downward path, where it had gone to a price of around like 15 cents, where it bottomed out at that time. It hit there a couple times, and then recently, as we've seen it go back on track, but still hitting that resistance of 35, 36 cents, and then not being able to get any, go past that, finding any support past that, and that's what we're struggling with this moment. So we really need to pass that 36 resistance area and get above that, and then go on track to getting above that 45 cent area. But that's going to be the hardest point, as we know, is to get above 45 cents. So that's going to be the major struggle. But anything can happen really when it does go above 45 cents, because if it's able to find support like it had in the past, we know that it would like to start trending up, but once it can't really hold that, that's when we got on this big crash. So anyways, all right, now off to Cardano. Now, Cardano currently is trading for $2.52, but it's having a bit of a struggle right now, going above the resistance of $2.54. That's an area that if it's able to surpass it right now, it's showing a lot of resistance at that, and it just goes back down to continue trying to find support above $2.54. And we know that when it does eventually surpass that 254, that it can easily start trending back up quickly to the next resistance points. But that's an area that it really needs to tackle at this moment, which I wouldn't be surprised it doesn't do here very soon. It is showing a nice little rebound, going into a really quick correction at this moment. And we found so much support at the $2.40. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're in that area between the $2.40 and the $2.54, which we really need to be breaking through. Now, as far as things with the whole correction hurting the blockchain miners, we didn't really see it take that much of an effect. They were just down a little bit on the day that happened, but now we're seeing them just pretty much turn things around, and even showing some pretty nice gains for some of them. And for a lot of people that aren't really familiar with the blockchain mining stocks, in my honest opinion right now, you're going to see the most gains from these mining stocks than you will from the actual currencies at this moment. And I think that's something that's really going to benefit these blockchain miners is the transaction fees. It's not just about cracking codes and generating new Bitcoin and Ethereum. It is about the transactions. It's about everything as far as the blockchain is what these companies are doing. So there's a lot of other working parts of the business, and when we throw El Salvador on there and all the stuff that could possibly happen with that, the benefits that could be coming from that, I think there's a lot to really be gained from these blockchain miners. And in my opinion, what I really like doing with them is I really like doing swing trades with them, because you do see those 10% gains on them, but then you also do see those high volatility days that, some days you'll see it go up 10%, the next day you're going to see it drop 10%. You don't really know, but at this moment, we're seeing a lot more gains within the blockchain miners than we are with the actual Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think that's something to definitely be watching. That's what I really like about them. But I'm more of a swing trader as far as it goes with these blockchain miners. I love them, and I think they're great for swing trading, in my honest opinion. So as far as everything that I'm predicting that it's going to be happening in the entire crypto market at this moment, I really think that we're just going to start seeing everything start trending back up. I think that this was a correction that happened during the bull run, and then we're just going to see that bull run continue, baby, in my honest opinion. I think that this is something that's going to really be the big game changer. I think these corrections really let us get back to a point to rebalance things and then start sending them back in the upward direction. But anyways, none of this is financial advice. This is all just my own personal opinions and my own personal technical analysis. But I'd like to hear what your guys' thoughts and opinions on what we're going to be seeing here in the not too distant future. What do you think about what's going on with the blockchain mining stocks and the entire crypto market? So with that being said, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video coming very soon.